Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is another magazine flip through, and again we are going to be sticking with the this right, Annie's Crochet newsletter. I don't know why I just all of a sudden couldn't remember it. So again, I grabbed another one. Now this one I did specifically grab because of a picture on the front that I thought was just kind of cute. So this one is dun 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 dun. I thought it was so funny, the doctor with the what did they used to call those ice pack things? Ah! I don't know. Anyway, look how cute it is. She's got crochet fever. So my first thought is, what in the heck is that? And this is so pretty. Oh, look at the yarn. It's supposed to be like an IV bag. That is adorable. I never even noticed that. I love it. She's got crochet fever, guys. Of course, I love the doll dress. Okay, let's just get right into it. This is my birthday, November, December of 85. Did I have these in order? All right. So, oh, look at this. This is a sweater, coat, and cap. My personal opinion, I would redesign the cap, but she is still adorable. The write-up, this woman looks a lot like my mom, too. It's the way she has her hair and her face shape. It says, Native Canadian Ingrid designed sweater, coat, and cap while expecting her daughter, Christina. I was hoping for a girl, she writes. Ingrid has been crocheting since she was a teenager. I really enjoy crocheting my own designs, using new stitches, and seeing the finished project. I have to show you guys this, and I want to cover up. So let me explain this before I show you, or while I cover this up. When I read the little write-ups that they have with all of these patterns, I always leave off the last name because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. So I'm going to cover up the write-up so you can't see her last name. But this... Hold on. I thought I was going to have it, but I don't think so. Okay. But this woman looks a lot like my mom. So my mom's nose, I don't know, you can kind of tell in the picture that she's kind of got that bump on the top of her nose. My mom don't have that, but man, the hairstyle, my mom still wears her hair like that. The hairstyle, the face shape. My mom's eyes are a little rounder, but she looks like my mom. I'm going to have to show my mom that. Okay, next pattern. Oh, it's the Heartmobile. It says, you'll love it. Where's the write-up? I want to read the write-up for this. I got to flip through here. I want to read the Heartmobile. When Carol of Pennsylvania saw a similar mobile made of satin that was too costly for her budget, she thought she'd crochet one. For a different look, Carol suggested using a plastic-colored ring and thin ribbon instead of yarn. Although Carol works full-time, she is a homemaker and mother of 2 teenagers and still manages to find time for her crafts. You go, woman, because that is really hard. And I don't think you'd have to use ribbon. I think it looks perfectly fine with what she used. I just knocked everything down. Look at that. There's a train going by. But if you look, that reminds me of like purse handles. So, man, I don't know where you would find something like that. But I think it looks perfectly fine with the yarn. It's so cute. I love it. 10-inch bamboo hoop. I bet they still make those. You can probably find them on Amazon. Okay, moving on. Cozy slippers. Keeps toes toasty. These would drive me nuts just because you can see the part over the toe is like just pinched up like that. See it? You can see it really good right there. That would drive me insane. Oh, here is the off the hook section. It says answers to your crochet problems. All right, the first one, I have worked on several projects that have 2 or more pieces that should fit together, but sometimes mine don't fit. One piece is often too big or the other. One piece is often too big for the other. I'm following the pattern word for word, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Can you help? I would say, like, I'm any kind of expert to be answering this. That was sarcasm, I'm not. If I was to guess, I would say she may be, like, in my mind, I'm picturing 2 squares, right? And she's, you know, they line up stitch for stitch, but one is bigger than the other. My guess would be that she crocheted 1 square one day and 1 square the other day. Or maybe she accidentally forgot what hook she was using and grabbed the wrong hook. Or, and I've had this happen before, and this drives me insane. The yarn. She could be using the same brand, same color, same dye lot, and one skein will have like thin spots in it, and then one skein will be perfectly fine. That drives me insane. I really don't know what other thing it could possibly be. Okay, answer. Since you are following the pattern instructions accurately, the first thing that comes to mind is that your gauge may be the problem. When you are making pieces that fit together or must be a specific size in order to fit an object such as a cleanser cover, canister cover, etc., or clothing, these things must have special attention paid to the gauge. Make sure your gauge is consistent on all pieces. It is important to check your gauge regularly to make sure you aren't crocheting too loosely or too tightly. Sometimes when you put an item down, even for just a few minutes, then come back to it, your gauge may not be the same and you will have to make adjustments in order to maintain an accurate gauge. The gauge is a major factor when determining the finished size of your crocheted piece. The gauge called for is carefully calculated when the pattern is being written, along with the number of stitches and rows, in order to give you correct sizing. That's funny because of everything that I designed, I don't think I've ever calculated a gauge. It makes me feel like I'm not doing it right and that I should. Alright, next question. When I am working with more than one color of yarn, it twists and gets all tangled up. It seems like I spend more time untangling the mess of yarn than I do crocheting. And of course, this also takes the fun out of it. I end up disliking my project before I ever really get started on them. Help. So, one thing that I think of with this question is my why can I not remember his name all of a sudden? Hold on, let me grab it, dang it. It's sitting right here. I haven't finished him. He's a character off of one of my all-time favorite video games that I play on my other channel. And I can't remember his name for the life of me. I swear I'm gonna have early onset Alzheimer's. Anyway, so when I worked this up, what I did was I carried one strand and worked with one, and then flipped, and then carried with one strand and worked with the other. And when I do that, I specifically make sure that one skein is over here and one skein is over here, and the yarn coming from each has a specific spot that it stays in while I'm working. So when I'm working with this color, this one stays to the back. When I'm working with this color, I flip it the same way each time. So when I flip it this way, like let's say this is green and this is tan. When I, and I'm working with green, so I'm going to pick up my tan. So I drop the green, pick up the tan, work the yarn, and then this is really hard to explain. So it has a specific spot that it stays in when I'm not working with it, and it gets picked up the exact same way every time. So what happens is so what I'm trying to say is that, when I'm working with my green, purple comes down, and then I pick up the green and, carry the purple with it. And then when I switch, I always put green to the back and pick up the purple, bring the green over and work over it, and then just keep doing it back and forth, back and forth. So I'm twisting it, untwisting, twisting, untwisting, if that makes sense. That was probably the most confusing thing, and I am sorry if it was, but I that's how I do it. Hestu! That is his name, is Hestu! It just hit me like a ton of bricks out of nowhere. Boom, Hestu! I'm sorry. Okay, blah, blah, blah. There is a wide variety of various shapes and sizes of yarn holders that can be purchased in department stores that will help keep your yarn separated. But you may already have something right at home that will serve the same purpose. What? Listen to this. Soak a 2-liter plastic soda bottle in hot water and take the bottom protective portion off. Huh? What's the bottom protective portion of a 2-liter soda bottle? Let me start over. I'm sorry. Let me get a drink. Soak a 2-liter plastic soda bottle in hot water and take the bottom protective portion off. Remove any excess glue with lighter fluid or nail polish remover. Then cut the bottom out of the bottle and put your yarn inside with the loose end threaded through the top opening. It works best to wind the yarn into a ball, but a skein will also work nicely if you can pull the yarn from the center. Place the bottom protective piece back on the bottle. These containers are handy for keeping your yarn untangled while working with one or more colors at a time. Another idea for a holder for crochet cotton or balls of yarn is to use a cardboard packing box with dividers inside that hold quart-sized bottles. Each compartment can be used for a different color yarn. This can be used for storing yarn. What on earth is she talking about? If you guys know, could you let me know in the comment section? I am just stumped. My mind is trying to think, what on earth is she talking about? I mean, a 2-liter plastic soda bottle, like 2-liter bottle of soda, right? Did soda bottles used to come with a protective bottom that I can't think of or don't know of. That is crazy. Okay, let's move on. The next question, and the last one. Yeah. Says, I need some help in dropping and picking up yarn when using different colors. How is this? It's like it's the same question. How is this done to make it look neat on both sides? Oh, finish reading, Alana, and you would know. I gotcha. The answer, when working with more than one color of yarn, it is usually easier to carry the yarn along the back of work than to fasten off each time. When working across the front side of an item, place the drop color to the back and complete your stitch. Bring the dropped color to the front when working with the wrong side facing you. This keeps all the loose ends on the wrong side. Carry the yarn along behind your work and pick up again when needed. For a neat finished look on both ends, simply work your stitches over the dropped yarn until it's needed again. Okay, moving on, we have, oh, here's the little write-up for those slippers, for these little pink slippers. It says, Cold Feet prompted Audrey of Michigan to design cozy slippers, which have soles of yarn and thread crocheted together for durability. I simply love to crochet, admits Audrey. I've been designing items for years, never writing any patterns down on paper, and certainly never dreaming any would ever be published. You guys should see my notepads. I have got notepad on notepad on notepad full of scribble and all kinds of my designing procedure. The chicken scratch. This guy is adorable. I love his belly button. I think I love his belly button so much because it's just an added thing. Like, who would have thought to put a belly button on this thing? And his little fingers. He's got the 3 fingers. So the little write-up says, coming to capture your heart is Sue's latest design, Space Alien. It's no wonder that Sue came up with this extraordinary toy, since she says she even dreams about crocheting. I will try to make anything anyone can think of that can be crocheted, admits this multi-talented designer who has submitted over 100 designs to Annie's Attic. Holy cow, lady. Oh, this is cute. The little write-up says, grandson Jason prompted Annie of Texas to design warm-up suit. He was a big baby, and the hospital personnel teased my daughter, Rita, about the size of her little football player, writes this avid crocheter who is active in her county extension homemakers club and fairs. She had a tank. When my daughter was born, she weighed the exact same as my twin sister. 6'6", 6 pounds, 6 ounces. Let's see. Oh, there's a toy soldier. Change of the guard. Look at him. So it says, I originally created baby food jar covers as gifts for my nieces and nephews, and each time I made one, I thought of something new for someone else, and my collection just kept growing. If you guys saw the camera move, my other cat bumped the thing. Says Chloe of Texas, Toy Soldier is but one of the unique and personal gifts Chloe has designed and made for her family and friends. No kidding. So that goes over a baby food. Yeah, it goes over a baby food jar. That is so cool. It is so cute. What do you want, Bubby? And he's gone. Okay. Ooh, look at her. Very pretty dress. It says, when my daughter was born, I started a doll collection for her and soon drifted into designing doll clothing patterns, writes Frances of Massachusetts. She designed vintage fashion because she has always liked the old-fashioned styles. Frances has been crocheting since she was 11 and also enjoys embroidery, needle punch, and quilting. She likes to design for her children and grandchildren. I love the little chair with it. That is so cute. Fashion doll finery. Ooh, wintertime Afghan and pillow. I didn't realize this was a blanket or an Afghan and pillow set. Look at that. It's really pretty. Simple and pretty. I want to show you up close. I'm trying to find a good spot to show you so you can see the stitches. It looks like little puff stitches right there in the white section only. That's cute. Is it puff stitches that are... Yeah, puff stitches or and popcorns are the only two that are puffed on the front and not on the back, right? Yeah, and a cluster is just, yeah. That's really cute. So now we have, take your pick, apple pot holders. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice this. It's the 4 different stages of eating an apple. The full, 1 bite, 2 bite, it's gone. That is super cute. I really like that. Where is... Okay. It says, the best snack food around our house is apples, writes Mary of Mississippi. And I like anything that deals with apples. Mary submitted her apple pot holders in Annie's pot holder contest. This mother of 4 likes all kinds of needlework, rock collecting, baseball, plus cooking and sewing for her family. That is a genius to make the pot holders like that. It just cracks me up. Oh, for the little write-up for the Afghan, this the winter, what was it called? Dang it. Wintertime Afghan pillow. Says Mary of Kansas holds a doctorate in accounting, is a university professor, and also a member of the Sisters of St. Joseph of... Oh boy. Carondelet? Dang it. There we go. So it's that word right there. Carondelet? I have never heard of this before. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys know how to pronounce that. So she has a doctorate in accounting, is a university professor, and also a member of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet. Carondelet? That sounds maybe right. Crocheting provides a creative outlet, is relaxing, and as the yarn unwinds, so do I, writes the self-taught crocheter who also designed Houndstooth placemat in this issue. Ah! Well, where is that at? Oh! Here is the Houndstooth placemat that she designed. That's cute. Okay, so the next pattern is a woven clutch purse. It says, creative is a word describing Sandra of Pennsylvania. Not only does she enjoy creating and designing original and unusual items, but she owns and operates a retail shop and works as a freelance designer for several publications. Sandra also enjoys swimming, tennis, and creative cooking. This is cute. Aha! I like this. So the weird little head on the front is a dusting mitt. It says when well, let me just show it to you and then I'll read it while I show you. That is super cute. It says, when Pauline was making baby mittens, she thought of the idea for dusting mitt. The face is my husband's idea, confesses this Californian. Pauline likes crocheting as it is handy to pick up and work on, relaxes her, and makes up into nice gifts to give others. Another hobby of Pauline's is starting fruit trees from seeds and cuttings. That is so cute. I wonder if it's cotton yarn. No, it just says 4-ply yarn. Doesn't say anything about needing to be cotton. I wonder how effective acrylic yarn would be over cotton yarn for dusting. That's interesting. It looks like all of the fringe, they took a needle and then put it in the middle of the little strand and then pulled it up to make it fray real big. I just think that's adorable. So we have the houndstooth placemat again. We have a seal sled. What is this? I want to find the write-up because this is weird. It says, okay. A frequent contributor of doilies, Linda wanted to try a... Oh, oops, wrong one. Here we go. Sandy Kirby has been design... Oops, I said her last name. Didn't mean to do that. Sandy has been designing character animals for some time, and her son John gave her the idea for a seal sled. Sandy owns her own mail-order crochet business in California, where she, her husband, and their 2 children live. Sandy started crocheting as therapy following a baseball injury. To be honest, I thought it was a butter cover. Like, so when I was growing up, my grandma used to have in the middle of her table one of those, what do you call them? Like a little butter tray with a lid that you put over the stick of butter. That's what I thought that was. It's cute. Okay, so now we have the fillet that I was reading for. This is called the Swan Fillet. Oh, look at the little babies. I didn't even see that. That is cute. So it says, a frequent contributor of doilies, Linda wanted to try a fillet pattern and decided on a swan. Linda says she enjoys making things with her hands and likes to personalize all her gifts. Her other interests include counted cross stitch, plastic canvas, decoupage, and sewing. That's really cute. Oh, okay, so we are to the quickies portion. So this is an old-fashioned lace edging. It looks like it's worked around a handkerchief. It's kind of hard to see. But this is cute. I like this a lot. This is a basketball hoop magnet and a finger puppet, a mouse finger puppet. Look at the basketball hoop. That is so cute. And then here's the little mouse finger puppet. Okay, so now we have a pocket pack tissue cover. So I think this is a cover for those like the little packs that are like that thick and like, I don't know, maybe like that long. That's a cute idea. And that's it. We are done with this one. Okay, just like before, you guys tell me which one is your favorite. Actually, which one's your favorite and which one would be your second favorite? I would have to say my second favorite would be a toss-up between, I just think this is too stinking cute, the baby food jar cover and the hot pads. And my number one would definitely have to be that mobile. That is so cute and adorable and a great idea. And I don't know which I like better for the second place, the apple. So I love the apples because I think it's adorable that she did them in different, not bitten, once, twice, gone. And then for the soldier thing, I think it's just adorable that she thought to put it over a baby food jar. To make it for a baby food jar. I don't know. Anyway, let me know in the comments which is your favorite and which is your second favorite. Alright, so that is it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hugs. I love you all. Bye for now.